Bien, compañeros, en este video vamos a terminar prácticamente de ver la gramática del curso. En la página 59 de nuestro libro tenemos que aprender el presente continuo. En esta parte de nuestro libro, página 59, hay que aprender el presente continuo. Después, en la página 61 tenemos un tema relacionado con los adverbios de frecuencia. Es un tema sencillo. Para continuar, tenemos el verbo can en la página 63. Por último, en la página 65 tenemos el tema de los pronombres y los objetos pronombres. ¿Okay? Esos son los temas que vamos a aprender el día de hoy con la gramática. Como siempre, comenzamos la explicación en inglés para hacer el intercambio español-inglés. ¿Okay? So, as I told you before, we are on page 59, and the topic on page 59 is to learn the present continuous, right? I'm going to write the topic in the chalkboard. That is going to be our topic today. Now, that's our topic on page 59, the present continuous, right? So, when we are going to use the present continuous, we are going to use the present continuous, or this grammar point, when we are talking about something that we are doing exactly in that moment. For example, I am talking to you in this moment, and I'm going to explain to you how to use the present continuous, right? How can we write a sentence by using the present continuous? Take a look at the chalkboard. I'm going to write the rule of how can we write a sentence by using the present continuous, right? So, that will be that's the rule that we have to learn, right? I have my personal pronoun, then I have the verb to be. I have to combine the verb to be according to the personal pronoun that I am using in the sentence. Then I have to use the verb with ing at the end. And finally, my complement. I am teaching you how to use the present continuous. I am speaking to you in this moment, right? For example, okay? Right here we have the personal pronoun, right? I. Then what do we have? The verb to be, and we have to combine the verb to be according to our personal pronoun in the sentence. That verb to be, then our verb with ing, writing, and finally, what do we have? The complement, right? And that will be, I am writing a sentence. Again, we are talking about something that we are doing exactly in that moment, right? The difference between the present continuous and the present simple, as I told you before in the last video, we are going to use the present simple for talk about our daily routine, but we are going to use the present continuous for talk about something that we are doing exactly in that moment, right? Now I'm going to explain to you that in Spanish. Vamos a explicarlo en español. Ok, el uso del presente continuo. vamos a aprender el primer uso, que es para acciones que estamos realizando en ese momento. ¿Okay? ¿Cómo escribimos una oración utilizando el presente continuo? Hay que anotar esta regla. ¿Okay? Tenemos nuestro pronombre personal, después tenemos el verbo to be, que tenemos que conjugar de acuerdo a nuestro pronombre personal, como ya lo vimos al principio del semestre. Después tendremos nuestro verbo con terminación, es lo que en español se conoce como el gerundio. Right? I have I, N, and G. Tengo I, N, G al final de mi verbo. I am writing. And finally, my complement. I am writing a sentence, right? How can we make that negative? How can we make a negative sentence that will be? And also in our book we have to learn the negative form, right, of the verb to be, or the present continuous. So I am not writing a poem and I am not writing a book, right? En el libro también tenemos que aprender la forma negativa y la contracción. Ya la aprendimos en el presente simple, es la misma fórmula. Okay, I am not or I'm not writing a book. The only thing you have to remember, you have to combine the verb to be according to the personal pronoun that you have in the sentence, right? Algo importante, ¿no? Como recordatorio, hay que conjugar el verbo to be de acuerdo al pronombre personal que estoy utilizando en mi oración. I am, or he is, we are, they are, right? And always ing, y siempre ing. Ahora, ¿cómo hacemos una pregunta en el presente continuo? Igual como aprendimos en el presente simple, solo hay que invertir el orden de nuestra oración, right? If I have right here, I am writing a sentence, I just have to make a small change right over here, right? And that's everything I have to do. I just have to invert the order, and that will be everything, right? I right? Am I writing a sentence? That's pretty much the only thing you have to do. You just have to change. You just have to make that change and split the order. Verb to be first or verb to be before our personal pronoun. Ok, como aprendimos con el presente simple, solo hay que invertir el orden y ya hacemos una pregunta. I am writing a sentence, afirmativo. Or, am I writing a sentence? Invirtiendo el orden, right? He's playing basketball in the park, or is he playing basketball in the park? It's the same thing, right? That will be how do we write a sentence by using the present continuous and when we are going to use the present continuous, right? Bueno, ¿cuándo utilizar el presente continuo? Ya lo explicamos. Y cómo escribir una oración afirmativa, negativa, contracción y pregunta en presente continuo también quedó explicado. Ahora, vamos a aprender una excepción que existe con el presente continuo, al igual que las excepciones que aprendimos en el presente simple, al momento de conjugar un verbo, right? So we have to understand sometimes the things change, the things are always changing, the word and also the present continuous. Which are those exceptions that we have to understand when we are using the present continuous? If I have a verb that ends with e or e at the end, or I have to make a change, right? Let's going to take a look. For example, if I have right here this verb, make, or use, or even have, right over here, I have a verb that ends with A or with E, right? So I have to change that by using the present continuous. If I want to write a sentence using the present continuous, I have to change this, alright? This is going to be erased, and I have just to put ing. That will be I am or what about with this one? Use, right? The same thing. I have to change this by ing. I am with red will be better. That way we are going to be able to see the difference. I am using your car, or I am making a movie. Those are small difference when we are using the present continuous. No, en la primera sección, cuando utilizamos el presente continuo, si tenemos un verbo que termina en E, vamos a eliminar esa E y vamos a cambiarla por ing. Forma infinitiva, make, use, or have. Erase that for I am making. Erase the E, a movie. I am using your car, right? And another exception that we have here is if we have a verb that ends with I and E. This one we already explained it. What about this one? If our verb ends with I or E at the end, for example, I'm going to take a look at the chalkboard. What about this verb? Lie. Alright? At the end I have I and E. How do I have to change that if I want to write a sentence by using the present continuous? Right? If I have I or E at the end, I have to put a Y before that and forget about this. Alright? That will be he's lying to you. Alright? He's lying to you. That will be another exception when we are learning how to use the present continuous, right? Aquí sería otra excepción, el presente continuo, cómo conjugar un verbo. Va a haber más excepciones, pero por ahora, según el libro, vamos a aprender cuando terminan en E, cuando terminan en IE, cómo cambiamos, ¿ok? Cambiamos la I latina o anteponemos una Y antes de la I latina, borrando la E. He's lying to you, alright? And that will be an exception when we have to change that verb. But most of the time, when we are using the present continuous, you just have to add ing at the end and that will be everything, right? Esta es una excepción, sin embargo, la mayoría de las veces cuando utilizamos el presente continuo, solo tenemos que agregar el gerundio al final del verbo para hacer una oración en presente continuo, recordando el gerundio ing, okay? ing. Use, using, write, writing, erase, erasing, explain, explaining, swing, swinging, wherever you want. Now, we have to learn the next topic, that is the object pronouns, right? That is going to be our next topic. Let's going to erase that. Let's going to move on to the next topic. That will be the object pronouns, right? I'm going to write here in the chalkboard how are we going to use the object pronouns, right? So right over here I'm going to write the personal pronouns. Right? So, what do I have over here? My personal pronouns. What do I have over here? The object pronouns. We have to understand that the object pronouns, they are going to receive the action of our verb in the sentence, alright? The object pronouns, they are going to receive the action of our verb in the sentence that we have. Alright, I'm going to explain to you that in Spanish later. If I have a sentence, for example, my verb will be, let's going to use the verb call, right? This is going to be our first example, call. So I have right here this verb. Sorry about it. I have right here this verb, call. Right? So this is going to be my verb. This is my object pronoun. He's going to receive the action of my verb. Or talk about call me tomorrow. Alright? Tell him the secret. Give her the money. Or help us. Help us. We need you. Right? Buy them the TV. Now, let's going to take a look at the sentence that we have right here in the job, right? We have our verb over here. Call, tell, give, help, and buy. Right? So, this is my verb and this is my object pronoun. He's going to receive the action of my verb in the sentence. And that's pretty much the thing that I have to understand when I'm using the object pronoun. And I'm going to explain that to you in this moment in Spanish, right? Now, the object pronouns. Vamos a explicarlo en español. Los objetos pronombre van a recibir el verbo, ¿ok? Van a recibir la acción que el verbo hace en la oración. El verbo llamar. Llámame mañana. A mí. ¿Ok? I have to change that I, me, you, he, him, or she, or her. Recuerden que aquí tenemos los pronombres personales, que ya los aprendimos. Y aquí tenemos los objetos pronombres. I, me, it, we, us. Entonces, son los que van a recibir la acción del verbo en nuestra oración. Tell him the secret. Tell, de decir. Dile a él el secreto. Dale a ella el dinero. Ayúdanos, te necesitamos. Help us, we need you. Alright? That's pretty much how we are going to use the object pronouns. Okay? Y eso sería en cuanto a cómo vamos a utilizar el objeto pronombre. Recuerden, aquellos que van a recibir la acción del verbo en nuestra oración. Cada pronombre personal tiene un objeto pronombre. Hay que aprenderlos para poder crear oraciones. Algunos no cambian, como es el caso de you or it. The other ones, we have to learn it. Los demás hay que aprenderlos, ¿no? Now, let's going to move on to the next topic. Vamos a seguir con el siguiente tema. I'm going to erase this because right here is getting hotter and hotter, and my air conditioning is not working anymore. So, yeah, our next topic will be how to use, sorry about it, there's an ambulance outside. and someone is shooting outside. Sorry about it. Now, now the next topic will be, this thing isn't working anymore. The next topic will be the verb can. Alright? Can. We are going to use, alright, we are going to use the verb can for talk about an ability. For talk about an ability that we have, or for ask for help, alright? For ask, for example, if I say to you, can I speak to you just for a moment? Or can you fix my car? Can you fix my computer? That will be, right? So, ability or right? For an ability or for a favor. How are we going to use it? My computer is not working. Can you sure I can fix your computer. Alright, that will be the first example of how can we use the verb can. Alright, my computer is not working. Can you help me? Sure, I can fix your computer. Alright, now I want that you take a look at the two examples. In the first one, the person is asking for a favor, or he's asking for help. Alright? And he's using the verb can. Can you help me? In the next example, the person who answered the question is also using the verb can, but what does he do? He's explaining about an ability that he has. Alright? I'm going to explain to you that in Spanish. Vamos a explicarlo en español. En la primera oración, la persona utiliza el verbo can para pedir ayuda. Mi computadora no está trabajando, no está funcionando. ¿Me podrías ayudar? En la segunda oración, la persona utiliza el mismo verbo para decir que sí lo puede ayudar. Sin embargo, lo utiliza para expresar una habilidad que tiene, porque tiene la habilidad o tiene el conocimiento necesario para reparar su computadora. Alright? Sure, I can fix your computer. Entonces, vemos los dos usos que tiene el verbo can: para pedir un favor o para hablar de una habilidad que tenemos o que no tenemos, de algo que podemos o que no podemos hacer. Hay una forma más formal o educada para utilizar el verbo can, and that will be cool. Could I help you, please? Pero eso es un tema que no viene en nuestro libro, es un poco más avanzado, solo para que lo tengan en mente. So, and how do we write a sentence by using the negative or the affirmative form or even a question? I just have to write another example that will be sorry, I cannot fix your computer. Or, sorry, I can't fix your machine. Right? And always how do we write that? By using the negative form and the contraction. Sorry, I cannot fix your computer. Sorry, I can't fix your machine. ¿Cómo lo hacemos en negativo? Al igual que presente simple, presente continuo, forma negativa y la contracción. Hablamos de una habilidad que no tiene en este ejemplo. I can't fix your computer. Y hablamos de una habilidad que no tiene utilizando la contracción. I can't fix your machine, right? And that will be how are we going to use the verb can for express an ability that we have or that we don't have, unfortunately, or by asking for a favor, right? That will be. And finally, the next topic that we have in our book will be this topic. Finally, the last topic that we have in our book will be right over here. I'm going to write it, right? Always, usually, often, sometimes, and finally, never. Right? Right? For example, the frequency adverbs that we have, let me take a look on that page. Right, on page 61 we have right over here the frequency adverbs. You get it? On page 61 in our book we have the frequency adverbs. So we are going to use them together with the simple present, right? As I told you before, we are going to use the simple present for talk about our daily routine, something that we do in the week, all right? And that's an example of how can we use the frequency adverbs, all right? I'm going to explain that to you in Spanish. Como ya hemos visto, el presente simple es para hablar sobre cosas que hablamos en nuestra rutina, cosas que hacemos en nuestra rutina, en nuestra semana diaria, ¿ok? Vamos a utilizar los adverbios de frecuencia para mezclarlos con el presente simple y de esa forma damos una explicación un poco más detallada sobre nuestra rutina diaria utilizando al mismo tiempo el presente simple y los adverbios de frecuencia, ¿ok? Por ejemplo, I always take a shower. I usually do exercise. I often visit my wife. I sometimes do my homework and I never walk in the, I don't know, Jalisco Stadium, for example. Alright? Yo siempre tomo una ducha. Usualmente hago ejercicio. La mayoría de las veces, o en ocasiones, visito a mi esposa. A veces hago mi tarea. Y nunca camino, I don't know, it has downtown in the night, nunca camino en el centro en la noche, right? That could be dangerous, podría ser peligroso. So that's how we're going to use the frequency adverbs and the present simple together, right? La forma de utilizar los adverbios de frecuencia y el presente simple juntos. ¿Okay? La traducción es bastante sencilla, ¿no? Y en nuestro libro vienen algunos ejercicios que tenemos que completar. Eso en cuanto a la gramática de lo que faltaba por ver en el curso. ¿Okay? Presente simple, presente continuo, adverbios de frecuencia, el verbo can, and other things that we will learn later. Alright? Eso sería en cuanto a la gramática del curso. Hay que responder, los que tengan el libro, hay que responder los ejercicios del libro donde se nos explican los temas gramaticales que vimos en la clase de hoy. ¿Okay? Los que no tengan el libro hay que pasar los apuntes al cuaderno para comprender el tema de la gramática. ¿Okay? Y también hay que hacer los ejercicios de lectura-comprensión que tenemos en nuestro libro. Eso sería todo, compañeros.